A predicted increase of 50% in global energy consumption over the next 30 years may be a surprise. Discovering a renewable energy source that can power the planet without harming ecosystems is more important than ever. Several issues must be resolved before nuclear energy can be implemented, despite the allure of the concept. But what if I told you that Finland has already fixed the most significant problem associated with nuclear power? Due to the dangers posed by the radioactive refuse that atomic force generates, it has never been widely utilized. This project is enormous. Since 2005, Finland has been working on a facility that could offer a solution to the issue of what to do with wasted nuclear fuel, in addition to developing the most significant nuclear reactor in Europe. The Nordic nation might be one of many that come to mind when considering atomic energy. Still, if all of its planned projects proceed as anticipated, it will rank second only to France by the end of the decade regarding the percentage of energy produced by nuclear systems. The world's happiest nation will turn on one of the planet's most modern reactors in 2022, potentially ushering in a new era of nuclear power after more than a decade of delays and cost overruns. Finland has a long experience with atomic energy. A third of Finland's energy requirements were met by its 3 active reactors in 1980, after the first one went online in 1977. Although these reactors are among the most efficient in the world, operating at 95% capacity factor for the past 10 years and continuously being upgraded over their life cycle, growing demand and the seasonal variations of other renewable sources like hydro and solar have forced the nation to rely on imports from Russia and Sweden to make up the remaining portions of its energy needs. The Finnish government approved the construction of the world's first third-generation pressurized water reactor at its Olkiluoto nuclear plant to reduce its reliance on foreign energy and assisted in achieving carbon neutrality by 2035, being OL3 in 2005. By 2010, OL3 was expected to be operational and generate 14% of Finland's energy demands for an initial expenditure $3.9 billion, roughly doubling the plant's current production. OL3 was the first EPR to start construction ahead of other next-generation reactors in France, China, and the UK. Still, complications with the design, flaws in the safety systems, and legal disputes caused more than a decade of delays. In 2018, China's Taishan 1 became the first EPR reactor to start operating. OL3 received an operating license from Finland's Radiation and Nuclear Safety Authority in 2019. Despite these delays and the cost increases to above $10 billion, in March of 2021, 116 tons of uranium started being put into OL3. The countdown to OL3 contributing to Finland's spent fuel stockpile will start after it is linked to the grid and the reactor begins commercial operation in early 2022. Although nuclear power is a pure form of energy production, it does produce a byproduct, which is the one issue we still need to resolve fully. After 3 to 6 years, irradiated material can no longer be used as a fuel source to continue a reaction. So new fuel must be added to keep the reactor operating efficiently. But even though spent fuel cannot produce power, it is still highly radioactive and must be kept isolated for tens of thousands of years to keep it from endangering humans or the environment. Although spent fuel can be re-enriched and put back into the fuel cycle, the primary way we currently handle radioactive waste is to store it in pools or sealed dry storage facilities while it gradually degrades. This system primarily depends on mechanical and electrical components. Although these approaches keep spent fuel contained, they are short-term solutions. Many nations have decided to completely rule out nuclear power when it comes to satisfying their expanding energy needs due to the estimated 250,000 tons of high-level waste already in storage worldwide and the need for a long-term strategy for dealing with it. This problem has been addressed by Posiva, a joint venture between Finland's 2 nuclear power suppliers, who has been working to create the first deep geological deposit for spent fuel in the vicinity of OL3 in the billion-year-old bedrock. While burying nuclear waste may terrify some people and worry environmental organizations, the procedure at Onkalo involves much more than hiding the issue. Irradiated waste is placed into boron steel canisters and wrapped in corrosion-resistant copper capsules before being buried in individual holes and backfilled with bentonite clay, encasing it forever. This technique is based on the Swedish KBS-3 disposal procedure. One of the main obstacles many nations face when it comes to containing radioactive payloads is effectively removed after the load is buried. Allure offers a workable long-term solution for dealing with nuclear waste because it can hold the last 50 years worth of Finland's accumulated spent fuel and the requirements of its current reactors until at least 2120, when the facility will be permanently sealed. Lessons learned and allure are being shared with other nations, and places with suitable geological characteristics are explored for potential disposal sites. Finland appears positioned to play a vital role in the general acceptance of nuclear technology, after supposedly resolving the major drawback of nuclear energy, and with the construction of a sixth reactor already scheduled to start next year. One of the most significant issues with nuclear power is resolved by Finland's allure project, which is a tremendous accomplishment. It gives other nations a model for ethical and sustainable atomic waste management. Finland is a nation worth researching and modeling due to its dedication to social equality, education, innovation, and sustainability. Finland is paving the path to a better and more sustainable future for all people because of its abundant natural resources, cutting-edge technology, and progressive legislation. In order to build a better and more sustainable future for everyone, other nations should look to Finland as a role model because of its commitment to sustainability, education, innovation, and social equality.